So looking at our 6 spinal movements in a standing position. So come to standing, make sure your feet are hip distance apart. So that means your feet are underneath these bony protuberances on your hips. We'll try to find a little bit more length through our tail, through our pelvis. So as if you had a small tail, you're going to point that down to the floor. So our spine does 6 different things. The first 2 things it does is it bends forward and back. So what you're going to do is round out the spine, drop the chin into the chest, move your belly button back towards your spine, and then we'll bend backwards. So you're arching, you're lifting the tail, you're pressing your chest forward. And just see how it feels to breathe out as you round out. Make sure your knees bend, head drops down. And then see how it feels to breathe in on this movement. Now you can stay with this variation, or if you'd like to add on, you can bring your elbows up in front, and as we breathe in and open, we squeeze our shoulder blades back together behind us. And as we breathe out, we try to bring our elbows to touch out in front. See how close they go. So inhaling to open, and exhaling to close, round out the spine, elbows towards each other. See if you can match your breath with your movement so much that you finish your inhale just as you finish opening the arms, and you finish your exhale just at the end of the movement when the elbows touch or when the elbows are the closest. We'll take 2 more rounds like this. Again, make sure the knees are bending as you round out the spine, tucking the hips under. And we'll make this your last one now. So breathing out, rounding out, and breathing in, opening. The next 2 things our spine does is it bends side to side, not forward and back, then we'll twist. So reach 2 hands up and over, take a hold of your right hand with your left wrist. Have the feeling of lifting up, again, knees are a little bit soft, and then taking it across to the right. We're going to hold here, and you're going to think about breathing space in between each of the ribs on the left side of your body. So as you inhale, imagine you're expanding the space between each rib. Same thing to the other side. So bringing it back to the center, reach the left hand up, take a hold of the left wrist, lift, and then take it across. And again, you're thinking about breathing space in between each of the ribs. So our spine has now bent forward and back. It's bent side to side. So now what we'll do is we'll take a little bit of a twist. So take the feet a little bit wider, and the thing you need to remember is as you twist away, you're going to lift a heel up, okay? That just means you're not torquing or hurting your knee. So just let your arms swing around here quite naturally, just breathing in a way that feels comfortable for you. And just making sure you're lifting up that heel as you twist away from it. Now, if you liked this variation of the movements, you can repeat these. Or if you want to add on, we'll try a slightly more active version. So coming back to the beginning, spine bending forward and backwards. So once again, we'll unlock our knees. We'll find that length through the low part of the spine. And this time we'll breathe in, reach the arms out and up. And breathe out, return the hands to the sides. We'll take a couple more like this. So breathing in, reaching out and up. And breathing out, lowering the hands down. Try to get your inhale to finish just as your hands meet at the top. And try to get your exhale to finish just as your hands reach the bottom of the movement. If you want to make it a little bit more difficult, try and do it with your eyes closed. Let's add on with our forward bend and our back bend. So inhale, reach the arms out and up. Bend the knees, draw the thumbs down the midline of the body. Try to get your upper body as close to your lower body as you can and let your head drop down. So I really want that connection between your thighs and your chest or your tummy here. So this is our forward bending position of the spine. And now we're going to reverse the action. So sink your hips down, lift your chest up, reach the arms all the way out and up, palms meet, squeeze your backside, press your hips forward. See if you can look up to your thumbs. We're going to start to move through these two shapes. So bend the knees a lot. Draw the thumbs down the midline of the body. Connect the upper body to the lower body. Let the head drop. And then hands to the shins. Lift the upper body. Reach the arms out and up. Take a big breath in here. And then breathe out. Bend the knees, forward fold. Let the head drop at the bottom, hands to the shins. Inhale, lift the chest, and then press into the feet to bring it all the way back up. 2 more like that. So we're breathing out to fold forward, letting the head drop at the bottom, and then inhaling, reversing the movement, coming into our back bend. Make sure you squeeze your backside, lifting your chest forward and up. Last time. And release the hands back down to the side. So that was our forward and back bending. Coming into our side bending now. Again, a little bit more of an active version. Turn the toes out, take the feet out wide and sink down. Really think about your knees tracking over your second toes. We don't want them rolling in at all. Press them back. Bring your right forearm down, your left arm comes up and over. Again, we're breathing into the space between each rib. So now you want to keep your lower body exactly where it is. Try to just move through the upper body as we reach up and over to the other side. It doesn't matter if your arm doesn't reach all the way over, just reach it as far as it goes. And again, we're going to try and breathe through this. We're going to try for 10. If you need to straighten the legs, you absolutely can. Come back to the center. So take a breath in, reach the left arm up and over. And then breathe out, change sides. That's 10. Breathe in, right arm reaches. Breathe out, change sides. So we're inhaling as we open. And then we're exhaling as we change sides. So just work with your breath. Don't worry about what movements I'm doing. Concentrate on what's happening in your body and trying to link your movement with your breath. Keeping really aware of not moving the lower body. And again, just paying attention to what your experience is in your body. Keep thinking about pressing the knees out and back. Don't let them fall in. If you need to, you can straighten the legs a little bit. Just taking a few more like this. So inhaling to open, exhaling to change sides. And let's make this your last time. 1 more to each side. And finally, pushing back up to the center, which should feel good. Give your legs a little bit of a shake, and we'll come into our twist. So our last move. Feet are under the hips. Breathe in, reach the arms up. Breathe out, bend the knees, and imagine you're pushing 2 walls away from you, very heavy walls. Inhale, lift. Exhale, bend the knees, drop the hands, press 2 imaginary walls out to the sides. So breathe in, lift. Breathe out, bend, press. 1 more like this. And then we're just going to change the positions of the walls, okay? So now there's 1 wall forward and 1 wall back. So breathe in, right hand pushes forward, left hand pushes back. What I'd like you to think about is your hips and your knees pointing forward. So now left hand forward, right hand back. So we want to keep the twist in the upper part of the spine, not the lower part of the spine. Breathe in, lift. Breathe out, bend the knees, hands down, wall forward, wall back, push hips forward, and then inhale. We'll take 4 more. So breathing out, 4, Breathe in. Breathe out. 3. Breathe in. Breathe out. 2. Hips pointing forward. Breathe in. Breathe out. Last one. Inhale, lift. And exhale, lowering everything back down. Thank you so much for joining me for this little standing sequence focused on our spinal mobility. Remember, mobility is really important, and if you don't use it, you lose it. Have a great day.